But you know, a lot of the people that started the art auction are gone. They died of AIDS, which is really sad. You know, there were some incredible people that started it. A lot of them aren't here anymore. And we went, you know, I personally lost, you know, 5 or 6 people. And a lot of these kids now that are involved in this, they don't know what that was like, you know, losing all your friends. And I think that's incredible that they come and donate their time to this when they didn't go through what we did. It's easy for me because...
Do you think people get tired? I mean, it's been, what, 20 years?
Totally, yes.
And back then, even like my mother was freaking out that I was working in a hospital and I was gonna catch HIV or AIDS from working with people who had it. And that's like the memories. I remember like there were certain healthcare professionals that wouldn't help.
And coming out to my dad, and his first comment was not, "Oh my God, you're gay," but "I just don't want you to die of AIDS."
A gay man who was married to a crazy French woman, a long story, but he came back positive that day, and I did not. That is, you know, and of course he passed away. It was in the early days when things went quick, and I would say a year and a half later he was gone.
They were talking about the gay man's cancer in San Francisco. And it was just a disease that was far away. It was in California, and it was a gay man's disease, and never thought that it would grow to be the epidemic it is today and reach every portion of the population.
Well, actually, it was one of my parents' friends at their church when I was growing up in high school who had HIV and died.
He was a hemophiliac, and the blood products that they had used during a transfusion for him were harvested in a prison. And there were a number of kids who contracted HIV.
You know, but it's like you get sort of numb to it, or what's the other word? I don't want to say jaded or twisted, but it's more like you be still coming, not even complacent. It's just after 20 plus years of having friends be positive, you know, you want to be shocked or surprised or upset when someone else tells you, but then all you do is turn around and be supportive.
For most, HIV and AIDS is an invisible disease that is spread from one invisible community to another. But ArtErotica volunteers have personal stories that allow them to see AIDS as a local issue that can infect anyone.
In the first decade, it was considered mostly a gay male disease, and it's really shifted over the last couple decades where it affects people in every sector of our community.
I know, the African American community is hit the hardest by HIV.
The highest rates of new infections are among African American women.
It goes across every color, even male, female. It doesn't really matter.
It's really related to poverty and people having access to health treatment that they need and community education.
Do you think your straight peers think that their risk of contracting HIV and AIDS is different than gay people?
Yeah, of course.
Then you don't have to be safe. You don't have to practice safer sex. That is a woman and you're the man, and when you are a man, if you're not gay, then you don't have to worry about those things.
And even within the gay community, there are a lot of young gay and lesbian people who really feel like it's something that's just a chronic, manageable disease.
And with the treatment options, we do have more opportunity to manage the disease, more like a chronic disease, but it's still a terminal disease. The treatments are not a cure. And what that means is now we have individuals who have the ability to live longer managing their HIV disease, but what that also means a lot of times is that they're living longer but living in poverty longer.
And even though there are lots of treatments out there, it's still a life-threatening illness, and it kills people every year.
And we knew from the very beginning that this was going to have to last a long time. I don't think anyone dreamed 18 years later we would still be, trying to help neighbors who were living with the incredible challenge of fighting HIV and staying healthy and alive
But here we are, and there doesn't seem to be any end in sight. So I think our original idea is more powerful than ever, was that if we're going to keep doing this year after year, it has got to be fun. It can't be a burden, and it can't be a chore.